This is activity OT03, and it deals with part design feature recognition. Now, in OT01, what I did is introduce the first two icons of this toolbar, and in OT02, I did the part analysis, talked about the part analysis icon. And in this tutorial, I would like to bring up the concept of defeaturing a shape within this toolbar. Okay, so let me move on. Uh, Here's the situation. Now, this was introduced after release 21. Okay, after release 21, and it's this very last icons. The whole idea is this. Suppose that a step file was sent to you, perhaps done on another software. And in this step file, obviously you don't have access to the features. So what you want to do is you want to go there and, for example, uh, make sure that all the fillets in a certain range radii, they disappear. They don't participate in the solid model. Or you want to make sure that, for example, any holes bigger than or in a certain range don't participate. So defeature them from the dumb solid model that was sent to you. You don't want to you don't want to go ahead and find them and then delete them, but you just want to defeature them. So I'll do an example for you of this type. Make something like that. I'll put some these fillet radii or rounds basically, or 10 millimeter. These are 3 millimeter fillets. And then I have a hole here with the diameter of 10 and a hole with a diameter of uh, 5 or something like that. Okay, so once you click on that the feature shape, this pops up, and then you have to find out what is it that you want to do. You put the cursor on the plus, and you say which one of these is it that you want to defeature. For example, in this case, I have decided that I want to defeature the fillets. By the way, you can do these things separately or at the same time. Fillets, and by expanding this thing, I can specify the uh, range of maximum and minimum radii. So in this case, what I'm going to say is all radii uh, bigger between 6 and 10, between 6 millimeter and 10 millimeter, all the holes with these radii to be defeatured. And there are some other things that you can do, which I'm not going to bother with. And notice that when you do that, this thing, so I didn't mean the hole, I mean the fillet radii, okay, uh, disappears. So you click on the OK, and notice that what happened, these fillets, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the back, they disappeared because this happened to be the radii, for example, happen to be 10. So you can specify the range of radii where things you want to disappear. Now, uh, yeah, so then I'm going to come back and say, okay, let's go for the hole. And holes, any holes with a diameter bigger than 5 millimeter, I want to disappear. And then if this diameter of this was 10, then of course that will disappear. This one stays because this had a small diameter. Okay, now you can see that when I did defeature the fillet, it says fillets radius between 6 millimeter and 10 millimeter, and all length values and all angle values basically defeature. So yeah, so basically it says I'm going to defeature all fillets which are between 6 and 10, and that's why these things which had radius of 10 have been defeatured. And the same thing with the hole. In this case, I'm going to say all holes of diameter bigger than 5 to be defeatured. Okay, let's go ahead and do this problem. So Catia, since I don't have a step file, I'm going to create one and then save it and then go back to it and do some defeaturing. So let's start with the part. Okay, and I'm going to change the name of this thing, properties. I'm going to call it defeature. Defeaturing, basically activity. Okay, so let's go make it. On this plane, I will sketch a circle, a rectangle, exit, pad it. There we are. We'll make it a little bit bigger. Okay, good. On that face, I will sketch a circle. A circle, and I'll give it a diameter of 10 millimeters, for example. Diameter 10. Well, actually, let me make it 20. Okay, exit. Actually, I wanted to make a hole here, right? So let me not go ahead and make a sketch here. Let me actually exit. Exit. I didn't want to do this. Let me go ahead and delete that sketch. Yeah, I wanted to make a hole. Okay, so there is a hole icon right there, and I'm going to put the hole right there, and diameter of 10 millimeters. Very good. And I'm going to put another one over here. I'm going to put another one over here, but the diameter of it, I'm going to make it maybe 3 millimeters. Okay, right there. Now let's do the rest of the problem. On that face, I will sketch. Remember, these are the same thing that I did in the earlier one, the previous video, namely OT02, and then I'm going to park it. Okay, very good. Okay, let's put some fillets here. A fillet there on this and that and that and that, and we make that fillet 10. Okay, and then these are called rounds. Actually, they're not called fillets, but that's okay. So still same icon. So this guy and that guy, these are internal fillets. They're truly fillets, and we call it 5. Okay, so basically what I've done here is this drawing. Incidentally, when I go here, this particular uh, dialog box is irrelevant to the present activity. Even I showed this dialog box for activity 0202, it's irrelevant there too. Okay, I'll delete it here, which has nothing to do with this particular activity. Okay, all right, so let's go back there. Now, first thing first, I'm going to save this thing. So file, save management. I don't have to save it because I don't need this file. I need the STP format of this file. Save as, but yeah, the feature. Okay, good. Now, I don't need it, but I have to save the STP version. So you go to, again, file, save management. This file, save as, and type is STP. You say OK. Fine. All right. Now, I don't need this. I'm going to close that. I'm going to go open that dumb solid, which was called the feature something STP. So file, open. Let's find it here. I think it must have been this. Yeah. The feature shape. We're going to open it. Hopefully that's the right one. Yeah, that is the right one. Say OK there. Now this geometrical set, I don't need it. I can delete it or I can just leave it there. It's not going to bother me. However, keep in mind that you have to make this thing in work object. That's what this message is saying. Okay, so I put the cursor there, right click, and define in work object. Now it's underlined, so whatever I do is going to be applied to that. Okay, so let's go ahead here and click on this last icon, the feature shape, and say fillet. I put the cursor on this and then say set fillet filter. So what I do is minimum radius. Notice that what I did here. You see that I went there and it said anything bigger than 6 up to 10. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say uh, any fillet which is bigger than 6 millimeter up to 10 millimeter defeatured. Okay, radius between 6 millimeter and 10 millimeter defeatured, and then say okay. Notice that as soon as you say all right, these two disappear, these two, and then the one in the back, so 5 of them are going to disappear because the radius was fillet radius was 10. Okay, good. Now I'm going to try to defeature this a hole, any hole that's bigger than 10 millimeter in diameter. So I click on this. Oh, by the way, where am I here? I am in, this is all gone. I'm in here. Okay. So click on this again, add hole. Now, what I'm showing you there is this box. So anything bigger than 5 millimeter diameter, 5 millimeter defeature. So select this, put a 5 there, and then say okay. This has diameter 10, it should disappear. Okay, it should disappear. All right. So, for example, if you have to do finite element analysis, just hypothetically, without those things being present, this is going to be your solid model. Incidentally, let me do the following. Let me do the following just to show you what happens. As far as this tutorial is concerned, this is all finished. However, for example, let me apply some material to this. Aluminum on this, say fine. And now I'm going to go to analysis and simulation, generative structure analysis. The model that's going to mesh is going to be this guy, not the original one with the hole and everything. You see? Right there. Let me change the rendering here. All right. And it's already meshed. When we say it's going to be a horrible mesh because look at the size of this element. Right click mesh visualization. There. Well, because this is small, obviously there's a finer mesh by default there, but yeah, so you can make it better by making it smaller, taking a smaller element size. So maybe instead of 12, I'll make it 5. Still linear, still cheap. Right click, mesh visual, activate. More respectable. Over here, we still have a problem. This is not very good. And in fact, what I suggest is we go there. Obviously, this will need local mesh refinement there. So this is terrible mesh because look at this. Look at the shape of the hole. Okay. All right. That's not the purpose of this tutorial. I just wanted to show you how you do the defeaturing when needed. Please make sure that you practice with these things yourself. It's very easy. I'm not assigning any homework problems here, but you are fully responsible for whatever we have done.